Right, so guys, this is a playthrough I did last night. I am Vi on the purple team and the camera's fucked up. So let's just move this to, there you go, directed camera. I'm the Vi on the purple team, and this is probably one of the best and closest games I've played in a long time. I've got my mate Sam here. Hey! Yeah, to help me out with everything and just to commentate on the game, really. I'm not really going to be doing tips or anything like that. It's just this is an absolutely spectacular game, extremely bronze, and yeah, just have some fun. You see a good game of League, basically. You excited, Sam?
I am. Not seen it before. I am excited. See this face? It is excited.
Man. Well, as you can see, they tried to invade our blue because they've got Blitzcrank, and that's normal. And I'm at red at this point because I started Vi, I've got my W. So it's when they go into the evade the blue, once I realise that actually it can't really be saved and they've got everyone there, we just head down in a second and go and take their blue and call it quits. The talent's not superb in this game. He was acting like a god. And he was saying, "Oh, I know what I'm doing and everything." We asked him to ban a Cali, but he didn't, and they picked a Cali. So yeah, at this point, as you can see, I've seen that they've gone for my blue, so I instantly run down to try and go and get theirs, as they're just camping over Wukong's base, maybe to try and see if I'm taking it. And as you can see on the map, me and the Mundo are over trying to take their blue, and I'm able to successfully get it. I do feel as though this is just following blue team members.
It is, yeah.
We'll keep it like this for a minute, and if it's a problem, I've left their blue counted, so I've left the little minion there. But it's quite interesting for me actually to be able to see everything which is going on. Yeah, she's fucked. But Tristana gets fed as hell in this game. It's quite upsetting, really. And also, this is another point of why I say never give up on a game, because this game we do actually try to surrender it twice, I think. But in the end, it turns out to be a very good thing that we didn't. So if you look on the map, you can see that I'm instantly gone to my red, just as Uda's instantly gone to his, in case we counter each other. I'm currently quicker than him and gone straight into the Wraiths. I took my W first, then the Q, which is the Bolt Breaker. Always very good start on a Vi. So even though they invaded us, both junglers have still got double buffs, except they've got a kill out of it for an early level 2 gank on the bot lane. We've got the Mundo and the Wukong dueling it out.
Mundo looks like he's doing alright.
The Mundo is actually a beast. He is very good. I instantly go to the blue to clear out the creep so that I can reset it as quickly as possible, which is one of the advantages I get every day. But yeah, the Mundo gets off to a bad start, so later on in the game, which you will see, he turns into an absolute beast. Yeah. And try not to blow my own trumpet. It is me and him who carry this game. Yeah, and Ignite there. I think he does get a bit unlucky. It's a fantastic move by the Wukong, and quite a big mistake from the Mundo.
But why would you stay there?
I know.
Where are you at? Let me find. Where are you?
I'm just in the jungle at the moment. I'm doing absolutely nothing of importance.
Talon is doing.
Yeah, Talon lost out to the Akali, and I'm just in the jungle. I've been trying to look for places to gank, though whenever I'm near the lanes, nothing seems to be going on. At this point, I make a huge mistake here. I saw how low the Akali was on HP, so as you can see, I'm running up the river, here I am, and I miss the flash Bolt Breaker, and then get a little bit fucked. See the Uday coming in to try and run for it, but then I see the Akali and thought, well, if I'm dead, I might as well go for it. I get caught out and they get another kill. At this point, the Akali starts putting in all chat, ha ha ha, you scum, beat you, blah blah blah, noobs and all this blah, in which I just reply, arrogance gets a report and an ignore. You put them on their ignore list and you don't talk to them for the rest of the game.
Doesn't affect the game, does it?
No, so Akali's out of the picture a bit for me now. and you just sort of let it go the angle which you feel. Mundo is instantly back, already a level higher, even though the Wukong got off an early kill on him.
Surprisingly.
Which really shows the Mundo's dominance of that lane. I'm trying to lick my wounds as I feel stupid after dying from that, and just gone straight back into the jungle to try and recover. And as you can see already, they've got like just over a 1,500 gold lead, and it's only 5.5 minutes in.
That's fucking.
So we're in a difficult situation as the Talon keeps on making a few mistakes here and there. I'm just farming my jungle and trying to make up for lost time as quick as I possibly can.
I think from the Z match you played beforehand, the Mundo is doing the same as your opposition. He's going too aggressive into the game.
It works out for him though. It does work out. And if you do want to see that Z game which Sam was on about, please find it in the, on my channel. It's the latest video after this one, which has been uploaded. In that one I give a few more tips of what helps me when I'm in bronze and stuff like that to help you win games, and just to make League a tiny bit more enjoyable for you. So Mundo popped his ultimate there, and if he hadn't seen the Udyr come in, he would clearly be dead. A fantastic flash to dodge the stun from the Udyr, and wasting the Akali's time as well. I notice this is all coming up, and you see that I'm running up top, but I get there a little bit too late, and just end up dancing the dance of the top lane, as the Annie falls again to the Tristana, who's now getting to a scary point already early on in this game.
That was decent. That was a flash worth, I'd say.
Oh yeah.
To be pretty honest, looks like you lot are done.
We're a little bit screwed at this point now. We're already 2,000 down as I get caught out at top lane, but I make it out alive, thankfully, due to the. That's a fantastic flash by the Caitlyn. And a good gank here from the Talon, I think. Yeah,
I'd say so.
As the Wukong came in to kill the Mundo as I left in top lane. Nothing really spectacular there, just a good gank as the Mundo gets caught out. But as you can see, we're about 2,000 gold down. It's 6-1. They're out farming us in virtually every lane. And it's just a bit of a horrible situation we're in at this point. Actually, no, we're out farming them in pretty much every lane. Apologies. But yeah, so we're a bit down in the dumps at this point, and they're trolling us through the all chat and just calling us noobs and stuff like that, and doing everything they can to demotivate you. Really.
Yeah, can't get the all chat, to be honest.
Yeah, that's one thing.
That is a massive effect.
Yeah.
You see someone all chat going, you know, lol, what a twat.
Yeah. But you know, it's just the easier way of just put them on the ignore list and don't have to deal with them again. As a quick clip there of me finding my jungle.
It's a case of them demoralising you, really, rather than the other way. They just want to tactics.
Yeah.
That's what it's all about.
But we're slowly staying in this game. Our bot lane are raging at each other. The Annie's having to go at the Kate, and the Caitlyn's having to go at the Annie. And they're saying we can't win this now due to Tristana. I try and incite a little bit of hope, but I don't know what Caitlyn was doing.
Caitlyn isn't doing very well, to be frankly honest. Like that's terrible. That's deserved.
Caitlyn blames that all on the Annie. I'll tell you with the hindsight. But with this Tristana, they want to give up on this game already. But I'm saying, look, I'm by. I've got pretty good CC. Let me worry about the Tristana. You guys just farm up and get ready for late game.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
You know, it's the best they can do. As the Mundo pops his ultimate again and shows the Wukong who's boss, even though the Mundo has been ganked twice or lost his life twice. I mean, in this lane, you wouldn't realise that it's the Wukong who's got 2 kills. As he goes in with his ultimate, and the Mundo's just sitting there, happy as Larry, and gets a good kill.
It's a decent kill, to be fair.
Yep. Also, a quick tip which I use in this game, which you will notice me use a lot later on in the game, is when you're against an Akali, upgrade your trinket ward, because then you get a free vision ward, the stealth one, which can see invisible enemies. So every time she came into the team fight and popped her little shroud thing, I just whacked that down, and her shroud keeps
sorted out,
But you'll see that much later on in the game. As the Annie gives up her life again for the cause of the other team. And now,
no reason whatsoever either, just a general being
now
pissed off.
we're now 2,500 gold down, 6 kills down, and it's barely 10. As I come in, try to save Caitlyn's life from the Udyr. I see this is going a bit sour. I was able to get the kill, but then I get caught out by the jumping jack of a Tristana. But thankfully, you know, we were able to get the Caitlyn a kill to try and keep us somewhat into this game.
True, but
You know, I've given double buffs over to the Tristana, whereas also Udyr's given double buffs over to our Caitlyn.
yeah, I guess it's fair in a sense.
I mean, it was the best out of the worst situation. I mean, in a perfect world, I would have got the kill and got that. There's you see the Goliaths going toe to toe again. As I said, the Mundo is an absolute beast in this game, and we would definitely. This game would
I thought it was going more the Wukong's way, but actually it's turned out to be.
Every time they duel,
you got to take that.
Mundo's a beast.
That's fair. Yeah, he was tanky as fuck. You got to take that. Talon, I'm not quite sure.
Talon's a bit of a wet tissue in this game. He's not really much use apart from plugging the primary school toilets.
Perfect. Mundo. Nice.
You see, this is. So I put a vision ward down here. The Akali in a shroud, but we can see her.
Yeah.
And so she doesn't run away. And she's like, why can they see me?
Exactly.
Vision ward straight down.
I'm surprised that Dr. Mundo just stayed there, to be honest, and he's on low
He's on low health, but he's a Mundo. He regenerates so quickly.
He can be tanky.
As I try and go for the Udyr, but then realise he's got away, and I just let it be. Put a ward down and run off. When you're against a team like that on the Tristana spec, you do not push up. You let them come towards your
You've
tower.
got to get the creep as much as possible.
Exactly. There wasn't.
Use as much creep that you get and defend your tower.
That was a very bad move by the.
And this is not coming from a pro. It's just coming from a general like I play long and I enjoy it, but I.
Don't get us wrong. We are not pros at this game. We are not good at this game. We just play for a bit of fun and to see what we can do. And you know, we're kind of like what the common person does about the football down the pub and always thinks they can do it better. We do that, but we can't do it.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, we have a Sunday league
Exactly.
of football.
Yeah.
But so at this point, it's just sort of going bad for where we've come back a little bit with a good kill on Akali, trying to keep her down, not letting her get too big, especially at this point.
The sheer fact is that Blitzcrank he's having some good pulls. You know,
Blitzcrank is very good.
He's really on it. You know?
The one thing the Annie's doing, which I would recommend to do otherwise, is that you can see if you go down to the Annie. If we just you see Annie's got her stun up, and you can tell by the squaring around her. What you need to do, because you get told about how many charges you've got to your stun. Your stun activates on the 4th charge. So what you want to do is wait until it says number 3, because if the enemy can see, as I come in for a gank, thankfully hit the ult, leave it to Caitlyn, and then unfortunately underestimate the damage which that Tristana's doing. Because the enemy can see when you've got your stuff, you do not want to be showing that off. So leave it on 3 charges, and then when you want to stun them, combo your moves together. So hit them with your Q, and then hit them with your W, which will stun them all. And then they never saw the stun come. That's one always sort of tactic to do with Annie. Also, a sort of pro tactic you can do with Annie is leave it on the 3, like I said. But then throughout your Q, and whilst your Q is travelling towards the opponent, if you use your E, which is the fire shield, that'll activate the stun, so that when your Q actually hits the enemy, it stuns it.
Sorted. Nothing wrong with that.
Not at all.
To be frankly honest, your enemy bot is far too thin.
So at this point, it's just damage control, trying to get the farm, trying to make sure they don't push too much.
And the unfortunate thing about it is that you can't do anything about it.
Not
If
really.
you are jungling. You can do.
I can, but the risk is the more I come down to bot to try and help out.
You're fucked.
Yeah, and also I've got a pretty good chance of now how fed this Tristana is. Look, she's 7-1.
Yeah.
If I come down bot now, she's just going to kill me and get another kill.
The Carly just hanging around the bushes.
The Carly trying to get a go.
Waiting for Andy to come round. And does it come round? I can imagine she's gonna.
I don't know because I'm focusing on clearing my jungle at this point. They haven't got
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, there we go. There she goes. And
I've not even seen this, but I knew that was gonna happen. She's got.
That's 2 kills for them. However, thankfully the Caitlyn does get the kill on the Akali. So they've got the tower down. Tristana did get the kill on the Caitlyn.
Saying that Tristana can.
Yeah. As I come in to try and win the fight. Thankfully the red buff kills the Tristana. So I'm alright there. I decide to try and fight Glitchman, but then I realise he's actually a little bit stronger than me. As he cancels my Volt Breaker, I try and throw out my Worth. And bait him into this push, making him think that there's more people there. He runs off and I get away. As there's another tower dive coming in from this Mundo. So, good tower dive there from the Mundo. Unlucky not to get the kill, but very well done not to die himself. Yeah, very good duke. And to also use the clone as a barrier from the cleavers.
Exactly. And to also prime in for the tower shot as well. Then again, you got it back.
Yeah.
13-8.
As the Mundo quickly tries to make a run for it away from the Akali. The Mundo is very tanky, but it doesn't help.
Shame you didn't guys in there quick.
That goes sour. I quickly tried to make a run for the dragon. Because dragon control in bronze is how you win games. However, they're pinging it an awful lot. As we see, they've used the thing, and we get a tiny bit caught up. Thankfully, we got the dragon. But then life goes a little bit sour as they all collapse in on us, and life goes a bit shitter. Now, one thing else you can see what I'm doing from my inventory is I can already tell that Tristana's going big, so I need armor. So I'm instantly getting ready to buy the Ninja Tabi once I've got enough money. I mean, I am dying a fair bit myself at the moment, but the main thing is when I'm dying, I'm trying to get as much for the team as possible. Sometimes I'm just genuinely fucking up, and sometimes it's going right.
You can lose shit, or you can lose really shit, as long as you don't have the right items. You could happily have gone damage there, and you would have been absolutely done. Yeah,
exactly. So I'm trying to compensate as much as possible. As you can see, I've rushed the Ninja Tabi and also got a chain vest on top of that to just stack the armor as much as possible.
Yeah.
To try and make sure this Tristana... I mean, the Tristana's already got an Infinity Edge and Berserker's Reeds.
It's unfortunate that Mundo has actually gone mid for some plays really well.
Well, he's gone mid to try and hold off from this push they're doing here. Yes, we lose the tower at the top, but it means we don't also lose the tower down mid. They get a kill, a good pull on the Mundo.
At the end, it's not looking very good for you guys.
No. Well, now, what, we're 3,500 gold behind. 9 kills, 3 turrets down. It's not looking promising as I run and try to chase down that Akali and I decide to turn back and join in this fight.
It doesn't seem like the Caitlyn has a very good focus, to be honest.
We did alright there. We got a good 3 kills there.
Strength, but we could try and go for more of the lighter characters like their Tristana, hopefully.
She did have a jump, she did get out of that fight, which meant she wasn't posing too much damage, and why we aimed for the Akali. It was unlucky that Caitlyn didn't get the kill there, but it was good of her to get out in time, so not to feed another kill. I was looking for the Wukong up at top, but he had already gone back at this point, and I see him there when he walks over a ward, or walks past my vision ward.
Oh, lovely. That was
a good kill there.
I don't know why it's Tristana then. She should have just gone. And Caitlyn, she should.
An ignite kill, nice ignite at the end of the day.
Wherever she had.
As the Mundo comes in to save that Annie's life. Now the Talon jumps in wanting some. High dive into ninja kill.
Either way, he's dead.
Yeah.
So he's going to try and get a kill on, but he's not actually proceeding towards the tower.
Yeah, and with a good Volt Breaker, able to stop him in his tracks, and I was able there to catch up some lost ground on the and now I'm 3-4, trying to just manage. And now we've jumped straight back into it. We've made up 1,000 gold, which we were behind, so we're now just under 2,000 gold behind now instead of the 3 which we were only minutes ago. So as you can see, the other team are losing their grip on this game a little bit by just their bad focus and stupid fights. They're fighting when they don't need to be fighting.
Exactly. Just going in for it just for the sake of it.
The more they go into fight, the more times we've got a chance of killing them and getting back into it slightly. So as I leave the Caitlin to go farm, I go back to base. And now you can see I am starting to rush for Randuin's Omen to stock up on that health and armor again.
That Blitzcrank though, Blitzcrank is really sticking it to
He's
them.
definitely giving us authority to just like come to secure the kill. But Talon does everything he can to... Why did the Talon stop moving? I do not know. And he throws away his life.
The opposition keep on showing their dominance by those small moves.
Yeah.
And hopefully as a team you work together and get it sorted out. But when they're on their own, the opposition are really, really good in their own separate lanes.
See, there is a point here of the fact that, yes, I'm at red and I can see that they're pushing our bots out, but I can't defend it. If I go there, I'm just going to die. And if I go there, they're going to kill me and get the tower. And if I don't go there, they're going to get the tower. So I'd much rather just get there to get the tower.
I mean, there's Caitlin there, ready to defend.
Yeah, so we can hold the base a lot easier than we can hold that inner turret. As I come up to stop the Wukong, he tries to use his jeep to not see me, but remember that the tower can see stealth. So I just shut him down and get the kill before the enemy can sneak it away from me. So that was a bad push by the Wukong, especially as he had zero vision. And using his clone, his W, to try and get out under tower was a stupid move as well. Because it's pointless, because I can see him.
I've got a lot of appreciation for the Blitzcrank on their team, to be honest. He seems like a really good.
The Blitzcrank is very good, as we all try and start duking each other.
No shit's given to him. He's just gonna go in there and see what's going on. Fair play.
I'm a bit late to the fight. Me and the Annie are running down. We're slightly above all this at the moment. As we start to try and invigorate a little bit of a team fight, because I'm looking at the timer, I can see the dragon's on its way up soon, and so we're trying to exert a little bit of dominance before anything kicks off. So dragon's up now, and they've quickly come in, and we're going to try and beat them back before they can do anything. So, the focus is a bit bad, but as you can see, I instantly go for the Tristan to try and knock them out, and then I see the Akali. I try and keep the Akali down, but she gets a kill off on me. Thank God the Caitlin noticed the Tristana and got her out of the fight.
That's a fair
and then they
shout.
chase down the Blitzcrank. And again there for a bad engagement from them, when Udo wasn't even in the fight, they've now given us a huge leeway back into this fight. We're now only behind just over $1,000. So staying in, and also we're still lagging 3 turrets behind them. So that's sort of, in a sense, sort of money in the bank.
Yeah, and you're going to get Dragon as well.
Yeah,
everyone's happy.
So not in
that
that
situation.
And now we're straight back in. Look, we're drawing in goal.
Yeah.
And what? We were
Your
3
towel's
goals
down.
behind. Yeah.
Turret's down.
So we're straight back into this game now. Yes, they're still ahead, but they've given us the opportunity to get back in through bad engagements and not exerting their dominance enough.
Like I said, it looked like they were doing really, really well individually in their own lanes.
Yeah. And now they're just
sort of into team fight.
Yeah.
They've got bad focus.
They don't know how to focus our Caitlin, whereas the only thing me and Mundo are doing is attacking Akali and Tristana.
Yeah.
That's the only thing we're doing. Everybody else we don't give a shit about.
That's what it should be.
So Akali and Tristana, that's all we aim for. And we stick together as a team where it's much better for 5 people to go in the wrong direction than for 1 person to go in the right direction.
Shame though, because Blitzcrank has been pretty damn good.
Yeah. Their Blitzcrank is very good in this game. It's unfortunate on him that he was a bit of a twat in the all chat, and so we ignored him. But technically, play-wise, he's very good.
Yeah,
he's very good.
At the end of the day.
We all come down mid lane to try and scale a bit. We see that the Yuga is down bottom, so that they're a bit spaced out at the moment as I'm going out and trying to get some wards quickly, just to get that bit of vision, make sure we don't get flanked. And then pressuring this turret. See, through us pressuring this turret, we've made it, we don't have to stop his split push.
Yeah, he's gone.
And unfortunately, the Caitlyn gets hooked. Instead of going in, we just go, right, one of us is dead, fuck that, let's just all back off. And we go, right, that's enough for one day, and we'll run away. Because we know we're not going to get anything out of that. They're 5, we're 4. I don't know why the Annie and Talon run that way. The Mundo just tries to put them off a little bit as I go and farm raids and just try and make sure that I'm not in this rampaging team's way, because they're just going to kill me very easily.
You're still relatively quite close on gold, though.
Yeah, we're only 300 gold behind at this point, 200 gold behind at this point. We know we can't save this tower, so me and Mundo stay back to make sure they don't get a kill on top of it.
Wasting kill.
Exactly. We're just waiting for the rest of the team to come back around ready for us to engage. I see a good opportunity on the Tristana and knock her out of her drum. I put down there, you can see I put down a vision ward, so I can lose nothing now. I got killed, but look, I'm getting supports on every single one of these kills due to my engagement. Thankfully, we kill them all, we get an ace, and now we can push hard.
That's one of the fact is that you actually focused the right person. And
yeah.
So did you.
I took the Tristana out of the fight. Yeah, I died for it, but that's because they were stupid in focusing me. Yeah, we rushed the Baron because they've got an ace, but they're still slightly ahead of us. I mean, we're now ahead in gold, but they've been able to buy items a lot quicker than we have.
Yeah.
So with the Baron, we know that we can exert our dominance and really come back into this game fight. So they've got virtually all our turrets down. We need to come back into it a little bit that way. But then we get the Baron just as I'm back up. So Talon moans because he missed it by a second. But there's now 4 people on our team with Baron.
Yeah. Either way, everyone's, four players have still got Baron.
Exactly. And also, they had no wards over there, so they don't even know at this point that we've got Baron.
No. I mean, there's a statement about either going for towers, turrets, or going for Baron. And it's just about timing, really.
Yeah.
From what I've seen, it's more, if that was the right time for Baron, because.
Well, at the end of the day, their death timers weren't long enough for us to get an inhibitor.
Exactly.
So if we had gone for their base, we might have got the inhibitor, but a couple of us would probably have died in the process.
So at the end of the day, they would have came back.
Yeah. So we realise we've got Baron at this point, and they've got a huge defensive. I realise I'm pretty tanky and try and catch up with Kali. Thankfully, the Caitlyn gets in there. The Wukong comes in to try and disrupt us. But it's not too much of a problem, as thanks to Caitlyn focuses the tower. We've now knocked out the Wukong. The Blitz has realised that he does not want to be flanked.
Tristana is just walking there in the wrong place.
Yeah, Tristana uses their jump. Blitz crank wastes his flash. So we've got a tower and 2 kills because of that, through getting rid of the damage and focusing down. And now, because they know that they can't defend it, we've now got the tower and the inhibitor for no debt. Whereas if we'd gone for the inhibitor beforehand, a couple of us probably would have died.
Cracking. Can't go wrong with that.
So this us coming back into this game is just perfect shot calling. However, I will state now, this game is nowhere near finished yet. Both teams will throw this game many times. So yeah, we've got the inhibitor. We're now on, and now it's just about sticking out there, making sure that we don't throw this lead, which I'll tell you now we do, because the Annie sticks around stupidly. He does a shitload of damage, but then admittedly he does a shitload of damage, but the death, doing that amount of damage isn't worth dying. Not unless it's in a team fight. So as they try and got onto the Mundo, but you'd be stupid if you think you can kill a Mundo that easily. As I go to try and save him, the Mundo baited me and we thought, yeah, let's chase this down, we can get a kill. And this is where me and Mundo make our big mistake of the game. I waste my flash and my ultimate trying to kill this Fuda. However, their entire team's here now mobilised. I die to Tristana needlessly, and that was just a very bad move by me and the Mundo, who have now lost our Baron buff. Very bad move.
Very well moved.
So a bad throw by me and Mundo there. But because of our dominance early on, we're now 3,000 gold in front. So unfortunately, due to me and Mundo making a bit of a mistake, and we're both saying in the chat, sorry guys, that was our bad.
Just general big ball.
Yeah. They get distracted by the ward, which means they don't get any damage down on the turret, thankfully. So the Caitlyn and the Annie scare them off a little bit, just waiting for the talent to come over. And then
Caitlyn just did a lot of damage.
Well, that's the thing. Now Caitlyn, she got the farm in, she's got the kills in the last hits.
A lot of there's been a lot of disrespect to Caitlyn from myself.
But she's made up for it. Yeah, she's made up for it. She's got the good focus now in the team fights. She's only going for the switches on the
it's like those guys, you know. Oh yeah, you're done. Not kills, 5 deaths, and no assists. At the end of the day, if you can make it back from creep or whatever, then
well, it works out roughly. The 15 creep roughly is about a kill.
Yeah.
So every 15 creep drop, it's a sort of kill. As we quickly rush the dragon as they go onto the defensive.
That's why it's no point in going crazy for some reason. Whatever.
Unless what they're doing is genuinely stupid.
Yeah.
But also at the end of the day, raging is just going to make you worse as well.
Yeah.
So just forget it, just move on, stay the mute, and just crack on with it. So me and Mundo are feeling a little bit guilty in how we've thrown this game. The Mundo's split pushing the top, and I've noticed that the blitz, I saw the blitz, I didn't see the Akali at first. Obviously now I can see because she's attacking the minions. I'll be over the base, so I'm desperate to get up there and just ward them off. I'm not trying to hit them with that Bolt Wrecker, I'm just trying to get to my base before they do. So I'm just there acting as a wall, and because they can see me there, they're not attacking whilst our team is pushing down bottoms. And also trying to bait them, trying to keep them here, because the longer me and Mundo have got the 3 of them here, the longer our team's got to push the bot lane. So we're hiding as well. Yeah, we're keeping them here.
The 2 tankiest players there, and maybe we can get rid of Akali, hopefully.
Akali puts down a shroud, so I instantly put down the official ward again. Fantastic. We start to tie down bot lane, but then all of a sudden we've come in and 2 of us have killed the 3 of them. Can't go wrong at all. And also because of that push, we got 2 towers down in bot lane, including their inhibitor.
You've got rid of did you get rid of Blitzcrank there?
We got rid of all 3 of them. Got rid of
Udyr, Blitzcrank, 2 most tanky players, and then 1 the most damage. You're winning. You should be winning by now.
Well, we're now about 9,000 gold in the lead. We've now taken the tower advantage. They're still ahead in kills, which are making them feel like the big bollocks.
Yeah, but it's not.
But it should. When me and the Mundo are working so well together in this game, apart from that one bad throw we did.
There's always going to be one left in the game.
Yeah.
It's either going to be a perfect game or it's going to be like this.
The Mundo did a bad engage there, and unfortunately dies to the Tristana. But did sort of hold them up, so that we were already be able to come back alive. But I must admit, guys, this is bronze, so you can never be expecting too much from us, really. But yeah, it's an invigorating game. Must be admitted.
Bronze is so interesting. There's a lot of dynamic.
Yeah.
I mean, we've got to also think about the social side of it as well. Chat, communication. Some guy will go to you, you're shit, blah blah blah. You should be a good vision, and then you think, well, why the point am I playing this game? And then that doesn't mean you want to carry on playing. When theory you should just go, ignore, get on with the game, try and do as best as you can do, ignore it, carry on, win. Yeah. And hopefully, don't get me wrong, I don't know how this game's going to end. Hopefully this is how it should be.
But as you see, we had a bad team fight here and they were able to get some kills. And this is one of the instances where we thrown the game a little bit. So at this point, we've sort of thrown our advantage when Mundo realises, looked up to go in. He stupidly tries to go into Graves there and gets caught a little bit, but Mundo being so tanky, he can just sort of walk it off as he throws a few cleavers to try and make sure that they don't re-engage. And just the bait chase to make sure that they keep on running. And so yeah, it's we're at a scary point now because we know that we're straight back into this game about how far behind we were at the beginning. I mean, the Tristana was 7-1 at the beginning, and our Caitlyn was something like what 1-4 was it?
Yeah.
And now they're pretty much equal. So,
which I wouldn't be able to. It's hard to realise that because the Caitlyn was really doing bad.
Yeah.
And
as Baron comes up and we try to rush for Baron again, thankfully the Mundo gets there to start picking up some wards and start being the voice of reason. They start to realise that we're going for it, but I'm trying to get there as quickly as possible. The Blitz crank from the Akali come in, the Blitz misses
Don't attack the Blitz, that's the problem.
Well, by attacking the Blitz they keep them off. I make a bit of a bad engage here, but it's just to try and keep them away from it. So I'm keeping the damage sort of out of the fight. Whereas now they sort of mock her.
Got a lot of balls.
The Blitz did have a lot of balls. That was us focusing wrong because, as you can see, the people who were damaged on their team are the Blitz and Unir, who are the two people we can't be focusing.
No.
But we did get a big kill on Akali, and then they leave Baron. So they leave Baron. We've got Talon left in the base, who's going to do as much.
I didn't realise it left Baron. Surely they would just take it and get over it. They might have actually been able to finish the game right there and then.
Perhaps, but remembering the death times aren't massive, so whether they go for the base, they're not going to get it. So the best thing for them to do there would have been to go for Baron. Because they haven't even got the tower down and we started to respawn. Stupidly, the Talon just ran in blind. So the Talon runs in blind, they get an inhibitor down. Now we've started to respawn. We did get very mad at that Talon then for just running in, not trying to bait them away from the base or anything like that. I'm up and see the bot lane is pushing, so I want to quickly go solve that whilst we've got the opportunity. So Wukong also sees what was going on, but he sees that I get there before him, he backs off. I get that, all pushing and everything, and the Wukong runs away as he realises that I might be running towards him. They get a dragon which they need to catch up with a bit of the gold, but also at this point the gold is starting to matter less and less and less as people are starting to get towards their full builds. So as you can see, Caitlyn's one item off her full build, Tristana's one item off her full build. I don't know what the Caitlyn's doing there. I come in just to try and save them. Hopefully get a good kill on the Tristana, and then focus straight onto the Akali from me. I don't quite die somehow. I did get out of it, but then I flashed back into the Blitzcrank to try and give everyone else a chance.
Considering there, the Caitlyn walked in there, made the, with her essentially killed. In theory, she is a pretty sufficient player.
Yeah. At this point, as you can see, we're spamming the inhibitor, telling Talon, fuck the minions. Don't care about the minions, just go for the inhibitor. But at this point, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter about the super minions, just go for the inhibitor, because they've still got 20 seconds. And at this point, he sees the minions and he runs away. He needs to run through the minions, ignore them, straight to the inhibitor. And personally, I'm getting very mad. You can see that, look, I'm still spamming that inhibitor, and he's still running away from it. And the Talon then puts, "Stop pinging or I feed," was his words. I call him a child and put him on my ignore list. Another person added.
It's not being a child, just try and just go for the shot. Take the shot.
Yeah, but we're all starting to respawn now as the Talon then goes to try and take their red book.
And then it's still gonna be.
Talon goes for their red book. Oh look, here's Udyr. He fails a flash, and then a lucky escape with his ultimate. I must say that was a lucky escape with his ultimate. But I think the Blitzcrank might catch him. The Blitzcrank's seen him. The Blitzcrank's running for it, and there's the grab, the punch, the ultimate. There you go. See, that's stupid from the Talon. I came in to try and save his ass, wasn't able to, and then tried to get away, failed my bolt break, and we got back to the team because they locked me down.
Considering the fact that they should have actually had a bit of a hit on their confidence from the last team fight.
Yeah.
They should be kind of, well, you would imagine they'd try and be a bit more offensive, but actually they've really gone guns blazing.
Yeah, and it's paying off for them. They're coming back into the game. As you can see, we've thrown it a little bit. We're back down on kills again. They're back even on the towers. The goal difference is virtually pointless at this point. And it's just not a promising situation to be
No,
in.
it's not looking very good to be honest.
And they're now sitting fairly comfortably in our base. Some could say.
You just sit there and see what they do. You've got to look, see what their reactions are.
As we're just trying to defend to get this inhibitor back up.
Let's see what Wukong's doing up top.
They start to back off, and we see the Wukong at this point on his own. I see the Blitzcrank and go down to we close in on him as we get the good engage up from the Blitzcrank. The Tristana shows herself and gets a stun from the Akali as I hit the ultimate, and I was able to get the last power punch to make sure she had enough HP missing so that Caitlyn could get off her ultimate. We go straight for the Baron. We notice that they're pushing on the tower and the inhibitors are off.
Yeah.
But we're thinking maybe the Caitlyn can postpone them, and if the Caitlyn can postpone them, we can get the Baron and Riggs out of dominance. See, they're focusing on the Caitlyn at this point. Yes, they killed the Caitlyn, but at this point
they're not bothering about the actual.
Yeah, we've got Baron. Mundo's instantly teleported up. I'm pacing, and I've got home guards. They do get the inhibitor, but now they've given away Baron and the kill. And then it's just tracking down to see if we can catch up with the Wukong. Awesome cleaver there by the as he tries to double back on himself. I hit him with the Randuin, missed the Volt Break, and at this point it doesn't matter as he goes in to try and do damage and accepts his death. But now they've got an inhibitor down in our top lane, and we've got an unprotected one in our mid lane. But we do have the Baron buff left on 4 of us. And 2 of them are dead, and also they've got 2 unprotected inhibitors. So we're knowing that play this right and we can win.
Game of tactics, really. In a sense.
I go to stop the push in top lane because I know they've got super minions there, whilst the rest of our team go in to try and get the inhibitors down.
Which it's got to be done.
Hopefully they get them down.
You're going to go for bottom as well, if you can make it.
So we get the mid one down, but they've started to respawn. Going for bot would be a little bit dangerous now. So it could be a good call, but instead what the team decide to do is they back out and they go for Dragon.
Spread out a little bit.
What they don't know is Dragon isn't up at the moment, but we also I think we've got timer on it. I'm not sure. No. They're hanging around. No, we haven't got the timer on it, so they back off not knowing that it's up in 20 seconds. As I'm pushing the top lane and making sure that these super minions get nowhere near our base. Blitzcrank is definitely trying to carry their team and trying to urge them down on the attack, because they could finish it if they get a few good kills off on us. They chase the Blitzcrank for a little bit too long. I start the base, but then see that the Blitzcrank was near, scared of the sandwich in on me, the closing in. That I start to run back and then base anyway. So I get out of that one. We've still all got our Baron buffs, which is working very well for us. As the Caitlyn gets caught again, but the talent here, the Annie's come down in time.
Annie as well.
Fantastic stun off there. Also able to get the Guardian Angel down from Kali. Kali does get the kill on the Caitlyn, but Caitlyn didn't have a Guardian Angel, whereas Kali did. At this point, you saw that I just ran straight past Udin because I wasn't looking at the base. And then and then he starts attacking me rather than the
when he should have carried on.
I've got Baron buff. I'm going to win this fight.
If he really wanted to take it, then
it was hilarious when I just ran straight past him. And then I looked on the mini map and I was like, holy fuck, he's there! And then our team is still pushing in, going straight down for this inhibitor, which thankfully we get. and then they back off when they realise it's just for three of them. A little bit of dancing about the base, but you know, we've got no minions in there, so we can't push.
But Dr. Mungo is enjoying himself.
He isn't doing too bad. He isn't doing too bad. Because all I'm doing at the moment is, you see, I'm defending the base and making sure all our lanes keep on pushing. So I'm here just getting rid of as many super minions as I can in the base at the moment. Which is, see if I just click up. There you go. So just getting rid of all these super minions. Caitlin's back. Also now you can see Caitlin's got the Guardian Agent. Just leave it for going to directed mode. Yeah, just let that go back as directed. So yeah, we're able to get the dragon on the retreat that time.
And is
Dragon's not too useful anymore, but you know, it helps make sure that we can keep on getting the elixirs and things like that.
that looks like Blitzcrank all that are up then for your end. No, you're not.
Blitzcrank's here. He's in mid lane.
Oh no, it's just
That's just the mouse.
It is the mouse.
Yeah,
Indeed. I do apologise.
I'll just leave
how
that there.
terrible I am.
You are a scum, Sam! They go down to push for bottom lane. I don't know why they're doing this. As we form back up in the mid lane, and we're thinking, right, let's go and try and make some meat of this. We haven't got the Baron buff anymore, but we've got the tanks in me and Dr. Mundo, and we've got some of the damage. Annie's lagging a little bit behind, and really we should just wait for her and then engage properly. We rush the bases; they're split up a little bit. Make sure we keep the inhib down. Attack trades that. We noticed that he walks onto that, so we're aware that they're behind us. So I know that Mundo's gone that way, so we've got a tank behind us, and I'm trying to stay in front to keep a tank in front of us. The Talon didn't really need to engage there. Mundo's handpicked probably the worst person he could have picked there, as he runs away. The Talon escapes from the clutches of Akali. And then we realise that if we engage there, we're just going to die. They've got their towers up, so we're just sort of hanging around, trying to see what we can make happen. No one's died on either team yet. I get grabbed out of Blitzcrank, but get a good breaker out. So I'm down to half HP there. And I'm engaging on the Udyr, thinking that we can get him. Unfortunately, we can't, and the turrets take me out. They know that they've instantly got the advantage now, and they engage heavily. That's the Talon out of the game, the Annie out of the game, the Caitlin's popped her Guardian Angel, the Mundo's trying to get out of there, Caitlin's dead, the Mundo gets caught, the Mundo dies, he just tries to buy some time, and instantly they're running up towards the base. They know that if they push now, look at our death timers. It's 40 seconds until I'm back up, and then another 20
I
until
would
anyone
really
else.
like to have seen the chat right now.
Everyone, the Annie and the Talon on our team are just going GG and everything like that. They've all gone. The Akali's instantly rushed. She's already on the inhibitor. But our one saving grace is that we do have super minions coming out at the same time. So we've got them doing some damage. So as you see, Akali's already at half HP. As they focus on the minions, the Blitzcrank goes up to the other inhibitor. They haven't got minions yet in our base to be able to push properly.
No.
So they get the two inhibitors down. 2 seconds until I'm up. 1 second. I'm up now. I've just got to defend. So I've got to show my face, make sure they stay away. The Akali gets caught by me. I keep it in the turrets, knock the Akali out, and then I stay around the base. Do not leave the base in case they come back and try and engage again. Defending the base like absolute fuck. And thankfully we were able to defend. I know top lane's going to start push. No, I'm scared of top lane pushing. So I'm hanging around, and then we see that Baron is up, and again they've left Baron completely undefended. They've left it undefended, so we just leap straight on it. Whilst our base is fine, they haven't got any minions in our base. They haven't got anything. They should think, right, where is the team going to go? They don't need to be in the base. They're going to the Baron. And so look, they haven't got it watered, they haven't got it covered, they're just staying in their base. And also, oh no, I'm thinking of something else. So now our entire team's up with Baron, and they've got 1 inhibitor down. We've got 2 inhibitors down, but there's no super minions in our base at this point. Top lane's holding itself for the time being. We just need to push, try and get their inhibitors down, hold this game out for a couple more minutes until we can secure our base and then push to the win. If we can, hopefully. So it's a risky game. Yeah,
It's a fucking tough game.
instantly good thing of the Talon with Caitlyn going and getting that inhibitor. Thankfully with Blitzcrank
Scarlet, grab anyone.
I see the Akali and instantly going on her.
Don't worry about this, Frank.
I didn't see that Udo was up there taking out our Annie and everything, so I'm thinking I hope for them. So all I was doing at that point is you saw me off on the left, was I was trying to make sure that the Tristan and then come and jump in and finish the fight as well. I notice around about now that they've got a lot of super minions in our base.
It's now or never.
And so we get one of the turrets down, but now they're back up and they're doing a really good engage. Once the Wukong hits me out, I've noticed our base. One of our turrets has gone down, one of our Nexus turrets. All I'm trying to do here now is run as far away as I can. Ramundo's also noticed it. I see that they're coming after me, so I just keep on getting away until I'm sure I can see. I get into the river and I base instantly. They've got a second Nexus turret down, so our Nexus is completely undefended now. Thankfully, I've got back to the base, and I'm straight in there trying to get rid of their super minions. As you see, Ramundo has also joined me, and thankfully we're getting rid of them just in time. As you see, our Nexus is on half HP. So now we've got brown in our pants. That's definitely safe to say. We've definitely got brown in our pants. Yeah. I'm trying to make sure that no super minions come in at the top, as I know Talon's guarding the bottom. AA. Giggity. Talon's guarding in the butt. I've brought the elixirs back as well, just to make myself that tiny bit stronger. They're pushing hard, just trying to get this last bit. Mundo's staying right in the base. Mundo's saying, I will stay back and defend. I sort of stay in the midway, so I make sure no one can get past me, and if they do, they'll get past Mundo.
It makes you think what the other team is saying, whether Blitzcrank goes, guys, I'll go forward and...
Well, Blitzcrank's one of the last people you're going to want attacking at the moment.
Yes, one
because he just fuck all
I can imagine that, guys, I'll take this, because, I'll let this happen. You know, I'm a full tank, but I'm not going to be able to do any damage. But, I won't go and defend, I'll just go forward. Rather than sending someone else like a Tristana or a Kali, maybe with Blitzcrank as well, whilst maybe the Udyr can go back and defend.
Exactly.
Just saying.
So we've got that going on. I pushed out the top lane to make sure that doesn't push too much, and then thankfully our inhibitors have come up, so you don't have any super minions coming in. It buys us a bit of time. We've got the 3 main damage dealers going down. I say main Talon's in there, and he's not really a damage dealer. He's not really anything.
He's not really done much, to be honest.
Unfortunate to him.
Derelict.
Yeah, he has.
Considering
but I see that Mundo's back there. I see that they're not pushing because we've got some pretty good wards out there. I mean, look at their wards. They've got 1 out here in our jungle. That's no use to anyone. So I'm thinking, right, if our damage dealers are going to do anything, they're going to need one of either me or Mundo there. So I run straight down.
You're going to need some kind of vision as well.
Yeah. I run down, we try and split them, the Udyr got caught out, and before this Akali can do anything, I'm straight in on her. Thankfully she dies, and then I'm just trying to keep it Tristana. I die, don't give a shit.
Wukong's got to go.
So
he cannot harass anyone.
I'm out of it, Wukong's dead, Akali's dead, Udyr's dying, and then Dr. Mundo thinks, wait, 3 of them are now dead. And then Dr. Mundo's teleport is nearly up, as you can see on the cooldown on the right hand side on his portrait. We get the inhibitor, the Udyr runs in stupidly, really fucking stupidly. Easy kill on the Udyr, so now it's just the Tristana left. Here comes the Dr. Mundo with the teleport in. We've got that down, Dr. Mundo. The Mundo is just scaring off the Tristana, making sure no miracles happen today, and there is a victory for our team.
Surprisingly, yes. Very surprisingly.
You never give up on a game.
Exactly. Shouldn't do.
And look, both teams threw that game so many times. I mean, don't get me wrong. If this was a normal game, so it wasn't ranked, at 20 minutes when they were so far ahead, I probably would have just gone, yeah, you know what, slash surrender.
Fair enough.
I'm out.
Take it.
But if in a ranked game, never surrender. There is no reason to ever surrender a ranked game.
No, never.
So I mean, the only times I'd think about it is maybe if I had 2 AFKs or something like that. But even then,
something ridiculous where you want to carry on and see what's going on. I mean, the odds are against you when it comes to 2 AFKs or anything like that. But in that situation, just carry on. Try and get the CS. Carry on.
You could see that your team had brains. They just weren't manipulating them very well. But cheers for watching, guys. That was just one of the most bronze games you're ever going to see.
Yeah.
First video of my mate Sam. You'll probably be seeing more of him in the future. Warrenwarren. Yeah, you might see a couple of my games with him in the future. But yeah, cheers for watching and peace.